So, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like whenever something crazy happens on the internet, and I've said this many times, but whenever crazy things happen on the internet, I feel like so many things come out of one situation. I had a lot of things I wanted to talk about on VK's views, but I think this is the number one thing that's really been on my mind, and something that I really want to talk about this week. And that is the xQc drama, what's been happening. I'm VK, and these are my views. Welcome to VK's Views. So if you're pretty active on YouTube and you haven't seen what's been going on, you've been living under a rock recently. Ludwig made a mogul mail about this, and basically xQc is in some hot water for reacting to a huge video and pretty much adding nothing to it. I have my own opinions on reaction videos, especially since I do reaction videos. However, I always make sure to show some love to the original creators. I also try to add my own spin into things. I always try to edit them down to make them look like that I'm adding something to the content. xQc, on the other hand, doesn't do that. He sits there, he adds a comment every here and there, and just kind of watches the video and goes, good video, moves on. Now, some small creators are annoyed about this, and some small creators are honestly kind of fed up with it because they're not adding anything and they're just kind of nabbing and using these videos to earn money. For those who don't know, xQc just signed to Kick for $100 million, and ever since then, I feel like his attitude has been really negative. I've never been an xQc fan myself, however, I never put any disrespect on anybody's hustle, let alone do I ever disrespect anybody for putting as much hours and grinding as much as xQc did. So before I go any further, I do respect his grind, I do respect his hustle, however, this has gone too far. Let me clarify that. When I say respect the grind, respect the hustle, I mean on the come up, not currently. Again, I have my own opinions about Kick, but I think I'm going to save that for a different video. Let's just talk about this situation. So, for those who don't know, this YouTuber named Vince Vintage uploaded this video, how this nerdy teen became the FBI's most wanted hacker. And it went viral. However, it's safe to say that xQc made it go a little bit more viral by watching it on his stream and then re-uploading the VOD as a reaction. Vince Vintage then goes on to say, I love big streamers, xQc, Hassan, Miskiff, Moist Critical reacts to my videos on their stream. However, clouding me out for watching my video equals fair exchange. But when a streamer has nothing to say, then re-uploads the reaction on their YouTube channel, that's the problem. So again, this is kind of what I said earlier about how when someone doesn't add their own spin onto the content, it kind of looks a little bit scummy. This obviously was directed towards xQc, even though xQc was mentioned in this tweet as big streamers and, you know, reacting to it. He loves seeing that. But it was taken a step further because he believes that he should be compensated if he's not going to add any compliment, because it's literally nabbing the video, putting xQc in the corner, and then just sitting there. It's basically just a re-upload. Now, you may know another popular YouTuber known as H3H3. Now, don't get me wrong. I do not like H3H3 either. I just understand his position for this scenario. H3H3 went on a huge lawsuit back in the day and really stuck up for fair use rights. And to see him fighting back to xQc makes me very happy and very proud as a content creator to be backing H3 here, because xQc is abusing the fair use policies. Not only is he abusing the fair use policy, this is honestly just, again, making him more money, and the smaller creator is basically suffering and getting a lot of clicks taken away and getting a lot of watch time and revenue taken away. You might be asking why I think that. It's honestly because, think of it, if you're watching xQc stream, he's watching this video, you're not going to re-watch the video after xQc has been done. So that's really hurting the replayability of the video, which then takes a lot of the views away from the video and from the small creator. However, when called out, this is what xQc had to say about Vince Vintage.
Because one is a paid actor, right? Which I think. Well, I mean, that's a paid actor, 100%.
Wait, what? What did you say?
It's a paid actor.
He's a paid actor.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So he's claiming that Vince Vintage is a paid actor because he's the one that created the video. He's the creative mind behind this, and he's gotten paid for it. I don't know about you. I'm not a paid actor. I put a lot of hard work into my YouTube videos, I put a lot of hard work into editing, and I put a lot of hard work into the content that I make. That does not make me a paid actor. That makes me a content creator, just like you, xQc. So, if you don't believe me, this is xQc literally reacting to a video, adding nothing to it, and then leaving for 5 minutes.
Dozens of individual buildings have merged into.
This is a blatant re-upload. So remember how we said earlier how the people didn't mind if they got clout out of it, just as long as there was an equal exchange, an even exchange that would come from, you know, the reaction of the video. But Neo then comes to explain that some say that streamer watching a video will lead to more views and promotion. The entire video, except the sponsor end that pays my bills, was shown on stream, so there is no need for people to look up my video after. Where in this graph do I find the xQc bump? And then shows a graph of YouTube search and suggested video views. Now, this is exactly what I just said, that when people go on xQc stream, they watch the video there, and then will not go and watch the video from the source, which takes away viewership in videos from xQc. Now, again, in my opinion, as long as someone's adding their own element of content to it, like my reaction video to the Zelda video I made literally yesterday, I added my own content into it. I added editing, I added green screen effects, I added a whole bunch of different stuff to make sure that it was original content. So this is where H3 comes in. He comes in defense of Vince Vintage and says, you know, and you're basically destroying what I went to lawsuits to protect, and that is fair use. So here's the first clip.
Literally do it to enrich yourself. You're a multi-millionaire and you steal content from small creators and you don't give a about their rights or what they want. And then your only justification is, oh yeah, you can come chase me down and complain and try to get my attention so I can pay you for that I stole. It's total bullshit, bro. Because what you're saying is, I'm going to steal your stuff and I don't care if you have a problem with it. You can come talk to me. Like, that's not your right. Shouldn't you apologize to Vince?
Oh, yes, I apologize to Vince.
It's not his job to come ask you for reparations for you stealing from him. Don't you understand that?
So what you're saying is that you went digging for victims.
So right there, you look at him and you go, okay, that was a very sincere apology to Vince, right? Because he actually genuinely looked like he was sorry. But then he contradicts himself by saying he went digging for victims in order to kind of pin xQc back in this debate. Now, here's my thing, though. Why would you need to dig for victims if you're looking for something that has been, you know, committed, a crime that's been committed, or something that has been, you know, stuff like that? You don't need to dig very far. And this is the next point that H3 is going to make.
Message one dude.
Okay, so nobody in your production room believes
Why
that.
don't you just apologize to Vince Vintage?
I absolutely will, and I feel I didn't get a Twitter DM. I didn't get nothing.
So then this is when he kind of spins the story a little bit by saying, I will absolutely apologize to Vince Vintage. However, I didn't know I was doing something wrong because he never DM'd me about it. I do understand that some people don't understand what they're doing is wrong. However, xQc is a multi-million-dollar content creator. He should know the ins and outs and of content creation and grinding your content in order to become into the position where he is today. I'm going to be truly honest and say that reaction content only works if you have a big following. So I would put money. I don't follow xQc like this. I would put money down that xQc's original content is what got him here, and then his reaction videos is what's keeping him there. So he should, out of all people, should know that reacting from smaller content creators is taking away that traffic that they so deserve.
Nothing. I feel really bad. You want to know why? Because the whole sphere of this, everything around it, is to make something good happen, right? And that matters to me a lot.
That's such bullshit, bro.
And I agree. That is such bullshit. I don't think there's any good that comes out of simply just sitting in your chair, adding nothing to the content, and basically just blatantly re-uploading people's content. At the end of the podcast, they go their separate ways. They agree to disagree. And this is what happens after the podcast when, of course, Aiden Ross is thrown into the mix. And this is what xQc says.
Song. I thought you was just singing us a song. Oh no, but fuck a song. And H3. Flex on him. Flex in the camera. Stop. No, bro.
So first of all, Aiden Ross, you're fucking irrelevant. I don't know how you have this many followers. You honestly, like, we were so worried about Andrew Tate. Like, you were literally like the embodiment of Andrew Tate. I'm not even gonna go in on Aiden Ross right now because I don't have the energy. But again, he's just sitting there stirring the pot. He probably has no opinion on this whole situation. He just wants clicks.
Song. I thought you was just singing us a song. Oh no, but fuck a song. And H3. Flex on him. Flex in the camera. Stop. No, bro. Stop. No, bro. That's why motherfuckers. What? Bro, I think he was charging. Brother, Aiden. Where's it at? Brother, he leaked the DMs. I didn't like that. It's private DMs, like. Yeah, that was so cool that you flexed on him in the DMs. That was cool as fuck. Bro. That wasn't the okay. But I gained respect for you. Hold up. Yeah. Okay, sure. I'll take the credit. But the joke is that I know how much his house is worth. It's a big house. The watch is not worth his house. That was the whole fucking point.
But still, bro.
It was like a fake flex. Like
nah, bro.
Nobody saw through it.
Flex, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You shitted on him, bro.
Whatever.
Stop being so modest, man.
Song. I thought you.
So we see him flexing. They're talking about a flex that he did in the DMs, right? So this is the flex that he sent to H3 in the DMs. Final message from xQc. I know how much it kills you inside. You lost so much time and money in that lawsuit. H3 replies, which one? xQc says, IDK, whichever, really. You seem so bitter after it. So that just goes to show he doesn't know what he's actually talking about. H3 says, I'm fine. And then he responds with, anyways, when the bills kick in and you're struggling, remind yourself you leaked DMs out of insecurity. And then adds a picture of, I think that is an AP, that might even be a Rolex watch. And don't forget, I got your whole house on my wrist, which obviously is false because that's probably only about $100,000 watch. And H3's in a multi-million-dollar mansion. But that's why he said earlier that it was just like an ironic flex. Again, I don't think it was. I think he's just trying to say that to try to secure himself from not looking as bad online. So remember when he said that he was going to apologize to Vince Vintage? Well, here it is. All that happened literally last week, back when Ludwig made Mogul mail on him. And Vince Vintage says, now imagine that someone said to hit them up to get paid on the content they stole. And he hit them up, and there's still not been an answer on xQc. So, will xQc pay Vince Vintage what he's due? I'm not holding my breath. I hope he gets a payday. I hope he gets the bag that he deserves. But I think this is a very big point to make. When xQc was hanging out with Lud, Hassan, all of them, we saw that whenever he made a mistake, he was held accountable. The situation with Cutie Cinderella comes to mind, where Ludwig and Cutie kind of called him out on his horrible behavior on his ex-girlfriend. And now we see him hanging out with the Kick people. Obviously, xQc and Aiden Ross are going to be the face of Kick. So they're going to hang out together. And you see that Ludwig and Cutie and all them, they're not really associating themselves with xQc anymore. And I don't think that's on accident. I think that's on purpose. I think they're trying to legitimately stay away from the toxicity that xQc is bringing in. I don't like when people become things that they aren't normally. And what I mean by that is, xQc used to be super relatable, he was the gamer that live streamed for 14 hours straight every day so he could grind and make it in this content creation world. But now all of a sudden he's acting like the Andrew Tates, the Aiden Rosses. Like I said, I have no inclination to support H3 in any way, but H3 is absolutely correct on this situation. Now, I know xQc is massive. He's going to get a lot of fanboys and a lot of people maybe coming to this video and saying things like, oh, well, this is just how, he always was. And if that's the case, that's fine. I'm not hating on anybody for supporting xQc. It's just he has been such a degenerate on Twitter and on, YouTube and on podcasts recently that I just felt like I had to talk about it. And like I said, it is VK's views. This is my views. Let me know yours in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next VK's views. Take it easy.